Good morning. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Tampa Bay made the playoffs. It would appear that the teams that should be there are there. I don't know who's... I think I figured it out. Wait a minute. I'm going to do this and I'll be right back. What happened? It disappeared. Hey, what's going on there? Huh? What's going on? Things are disappearing on me. Okay. The wild card games are like this. The Texans play the Chargers at 4:30 Saturday. The Bills play the Broncos at 1 o'clock Sunday. The Ravens and the Steelers, which could be one of the better games of the year, they play 8 p.m. Saturday. The Eagles and the Packers should be a really tough game for both sides. Sunday, 4:30. What did I say? Bills and Broncos Sunday, 1 o'clock. Bucks and the Commanders Sunday, 8 p.m. That's going to be tough because that's a really good young quarterback who's got no fear playing for the Commanders. We'll see what happens. Monday night they have a playoff game. Rams and the Vikings. I'm not so sure how that's going to play out. I don't know about you, but I don't know whether there's too much football or it's just not quality football anymore, and I'm starting to get bored because I can predict a lot of what the teams are going to do during the course of the game and what the officials are going to do, which it's kind of upsets things, you know. All right. Anyhow, that's the schedule coming. If you want my picks, I got an upset coming first round. Texans take the Chargers out. I think the Ravens will beat the Steelers. One thing I will tell you about Lamar Jackson, all right? He's a great quarterback with a lot of personal records, individual records. I just don't think he has a team that can win the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens this year. Bills, Broncos. The Bills should beat the Broncos handily. Eagles, Packers. I'm picking another upset. I'm going to take the Packers over the Eagles. I just don't think they think there's something wrong there. I just don't know what it is. Bucks, Commanders. Now that's going to be that'll probably be the best because you got two really good quarterbacks playing there. You got a great young quarterback, maybe the next Patrick Mahomes, and then you've got Bucks quarterback, and I forgot his name. I'm just trying to blank. Don't worry about it. It'll come to me later on. And those two will look like they can play tough. It should be a tough game. Rams, Vikings. Vikings should just walk right over the Rams. Could be the Vikings or the Lions, I think, from the NFC, and the Chiefs and I'm not sure who else. Not sure about that yet. We'll have to wait and see. All right? That's it. Okay. That was that. Now, they started convening for the certification of Trump as the president at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today. So it's going on as I speak. I don't anticipate anything spectacular happening. I don't anticipate the Democrats all walking out or anything like that, which would really be cool, but they don't have the balls to do that. And then the Republican majority has enough people in there to still certify the election, so it would just be a joke. All right. Now, Trump is pushing this idea of one big bill at the beginning of as soon as the Congress gets their shit together this week, which will be tomorrow, I guess. And where I strongly object to this being passed is that all that means is that he's going to put a lot of stuff up front, and then there's going to be a lot of little riders and stuff on the back end that are going to screw people. And I've seen that happen. It happened with a cable bill. A friend of mine got through Congress, and then there were riders on the back end of it that just screwed everybody and their mother. That's how they do it. Because the public doesn't read the riders. You ask somebody about a rider, and they say, "What the hell are you talking about, rider? What's a rider?" Well, a rider's that extra little tag on where the compromises are made, and the politicians make their secret deals and make money, and I guarantee you we get screwed. So, but nobody knows it. Nobody reads them because the only place they show up is in the congressional record. Nobody's going to talk about it. They pass the bill, and then you're screwed. They'll say with the amendment such and such attached. Nobody thinks anything about it, and it's at that point in time it's too late because nobody's paying any attention. The public doesn't pay attention. I think when that happens, when somebody tries to put a big bill through, they ought to do it in a stadium or something where you can have a few 100,000 people there to witness them screwing us, So, they do that, and Trump wants it done that way. Johnson's going to try and do it because, of course, he's his little puppet. Remember this, everything that we delay, anything that we can put off, we need to do. Because Trump is going to piss off a lot of people in the next few months, in his first 100 days. And he's going to lose some support. That's why he wants to do this right away, because he knows the second 100 days is going to be a bitch. But the American public doesn't seem to care too much. There's a great deal of dissatisfaction with Trump. There's when he comes up to pardoning the January 6th rioters that were arrested and jailed and whatnot, 60% of the American public does not want them released. Because that's the part of the public that watched that shit happen on television and said, that's no peaceful demonstration. That was Trump's philosophy. And as I watched it, and as I watched individuals and everything, especially the whack job with the Indian headdress with the bullhorns on it and everything like that, this guy's just psycho. I mean, he doesn't, they don't represent me. They don't represent. I don't think they even represent Trump. They're just people looking for trouble, and they deserve to be in jail, and they deserve whatever happens to them. I don't. I shouldn't say I don't believe it. I just don't think it's worthwhile. Vigilante justice, because I think you end up with more. You're the people that they'll actually catch, try, and convict and put in jail for 50 years. Because you spat on the guy or something like that. And I don't think that it's something the average American should worry about. The average American should do. I think it's all about going after Trump's people, And people say that your vote doesn't count. You start in your neighborhood. You start with the local elections. That's where it starts. You get everybody to turn out for a local election, and you start removing the support for the people you don't like that are higher up the ladder. And you just keep going up the ladder, as elections come along, Get rid of the people you don't like. But the problem that you have there is that you have nepotism. You have people that just don't feel like they should vote for it, that's necessary to vote for that. It's not worth it. You need to vote there. That starts the process. And by the time the midterms come around, hopefully the Democrats will put forward some decent people that know what they're talking about, that have an idea of what their constituents want, and they'll do something about it. You know, they'll get in and then they'll try to do something about it. As it stands now, the biggest problem America has is America, because the people don't give a damn. You know, it's complacency. I have a friend of mine that says, I don't care. I don't worry about it. I don't have to worry about anything. I got money. I got health. I don't have to worry about health insurance. I don't worry about nothing. Because he's in a particular level of financing that you know, he should be okay without any worries. You know, and he's best hope is Donald Trump. You know, until Donald Trump starts removing things that he's taken advantage, that my friend has taken advantage of over the years, that he won't be able to take advantage of anymore. Now, I sit around and I live in a country and everybody says, you live really good, you're living on Social Security. I'm living 6,000 miles from where I want to be. And I'm doing it because I couldn't afford to stay up there. I couldn't afford to stay up there with a job. I couldn't work right now, the jobs that I've had in the past. You know? I'm a lousy administrator because I have very high standards and I get very upset when people don't meet them. So I'm not a real good administrator as far as that goes, you know. The only other thing I'm good at is military tactician, and that's just not something I want to do, okay? Just something I've learned by reading. I don't ever want to put it into a practical application sort of deal, you know. I sit here with twirling my mustache, and I'm saying to myself, you know, the American people deserve better than what they have right now. But the problem is that there is such racism in this country. It's never been extinguished, you know, and it exists in some educated, what they call educated people. But I'm going to tell you this, okay? You want immigrants out that are in this country right now on HB1, B0, whatever, go ahead and do it. You'll lose a tremendous amount of medical personnel, engineers and whatnot will be shipped out of the country. And that's not a problem. The problem is there's nobody here to take their place. I had a young friend of mine. He had a tragic life. I mean, his wife was actually beheaded in a car accident. Really nice guy. He wanted to be a doctor. He couldn't get into medical school in the United States. I don't know what the reasons were, okay? So he went to medical school in Mexico, where he actually could afford it, too. So he went down to Mexico and went to school down there, came back, and they let him back in the country, and he had to do some sort of test or something like that. But he didn't have to go through the whole be re-educated like they do in some countries, you know. It was like India. They come in here and they're doctors right away. They do a year's residency or something like that. I don't know what it is, you know. I guess somebody will have to explain it to me. Maybe it's 2 years residency, but they don't have to go through the 8, 9, 10 years of they don't have to re-educate, you know, go back to college and get re-educated, you know. They take tests. Like military people don't know this exists, but there's such a thing as called a CLEP test, College Level Examination Program, I believe is what it actually stands for. You can go in and you can take core courses, like your English, foreign language, mathematics, history. I don't know what else you can take in the CLEP exam, but you can take an exam for that. Pass that, you get college credit. Not to every college, I guess, but to some colleges. And that means you can get it even if you don't, all you need is a high school diploma. You don't have to have the grades and everything to take this test. I guess it costs some money. I don't know. I didn't look into it really well because I have a problem with school. I have a problem being told what to do. But anyhow, I'm sincerely hoping that the United States is smart enough to realize that if they do away with Social Security, and this is, you have to understand something. People say, well, they're going to do away with Social Security. What's the big deal? What they'll do? What are they going to? They don't know what they're going to do. One of the problems that they had with the health care, getting rid of the what they was called at the time Obamacare, was because they couldn't replace it with anything that was acceptable to the American people. They couldn't replace anything that was acceptable to the Congress of the United States. They couldn't get a deal done. Well, you're going to have the same problem with Social Security. If you want to take away Social Security, you're going to have to do something. You can't just say, well, live with it, because if I have to live with it, I'm going to become a thief, and I'm going to become a warrior against the Trump administration, particularly Elon Musk. He's going to have to spend a lot of his money on private security if that happens. But that's the problem you have. They want to cut. They don't want to replace. They don't want to do anything for you. You just throw you out at 60 million people. You're done. Now, probably only about, I'm going to say 40 million, maybe 50 million of those people need that money to survive. Okay? The others are going to have to reduce their standard of living. I can't reduce my standard of living. I have absolutely no other source of income other than that Social Security check. I got, $5,000 in the bank. That's it. That'll be gone in 3 months if they stop my checks from coming. All right. So, I know how deep in debt I got when I missed a February check one year because I didn't know anything about the form because I never got this form that you have to put in, the proof of life. I never got the form, and that's just what happened to me. So. Anyhow, that's it for now. Please do me a favor, hit the bottom of the screen, hit the subscribe, hit the like buttons, and just give me a little boost in I don't know what you call it. I'm not going to get paid, so I don't know what you call it. But anyhow, just give me a little boost in morale or something like that. I've got 8 followers so far. They seem to be interested. I'm finding people that are interested in what I'm saying, or at least follow me for humor. I don't know. Maybe they like my football picks. I have no idea. But in the meantime, you guys have a good day. You can watch the certification vote, which is probably going to be extremely boring. Maybe some long-winded speeches. I don't know. It's on CNN. So anyhow, have a good day.